the most important moment of her life, and she said nothing. The words were there, right behind her lips, pressed against her chest. But when the moment arrived, silence won. She wasn't always quiet. There was a time when speaking felt natural, when sharing an opinion didn't feel dangerous, when her voice didn't feel like something that needed permission. But slowly, that changed. Not all at once, not in one dramatic moment. It started with small things, an opinion that made the room uncomfortable, a feeling someone brushed aside, a truth that seemed to make everything awkward. So, she adjusted. She told herself it was easier to stay quiet. Silence avoided arguments. Silence kept the peace. Silence made life simpler. At least, that's what she believed. When people disagreed, she stayed neutral. When something felt wrong, she let it pass. When words formed in her mind, she swallowed them before they reached her mouth, and people seemed to like her that way. They said she was calm. They said she handled things well. They said she never created problems. What they didn't see was how loud her thoughts had become. Every word she didn't say stayed with her. Every moment of silence left something unfinished, until one day, silence asked for too much. It was a moment that demanded honesty, a moment that required courage, a moment that could change everything. She had rehearsed what she would say. She had practiced the words in her head over and over, but when the moment arrived, her throat tightened. Her heart started racing. Her thoughts scattered, and her voice disappeared. She stood there as the opportunity slipped past her. The conversation moved on. The decision was made. The moment was gone. Just like that. That night, the silence followed her home. It sat with her in the quiet. It replayed the scene again and again, reminding her of the words she never said, the truth she never shared, the voice she never used. And that's when she finally understood something she had been avoiding for years. Silence isn't empty. It's full of everything you're afraid to say. For a long time, she thought silence was protecting her from conflict, from judgment, from uncomfortable conversations. But the truth was harder to accept. Silence wasn't protecting her. It was protecting everyone else from honesty. And it was costing her something far more important, her voice. Staying quiet didn't keep her safe. It kept her small. So she made a decision, not to become the loudest person in the room, not to argue with everyone, but to stop disappearing. She started speaking again, slowly at first, carefully, sometimes with a shaking voice, but each time she spoke, something changed. The silence lost a little more power. If you've ever felt trapped in silence, remember this. Your voice matters, even if it shakes. Your truth matters, even if it feels risky. Your words matter, even if they're imperfect. You don't have to say everything. You don't have to say it perfectly, but you do have to begin. Because the longer you stay silent, the easier it becomes to forget what your voice sounds like. Speak, not to win every argument, not to prove every point, but to remind yourself that your voice was never meant to disappear. And sometimes, the bravest thing a person can do is finally be heard. Stories that linger, lessons that last.